Okay, everybody, we are going to go over a position that I actually hate. I hate being stuck in it, so I've worked really hard on sharpening up my defense. So anytime I get to a position that I really dislike, that's an indicator that I need to work on it, right? So we'll do another video where we talk about the defenses, but we want to talk about the attack capabilities in a position called Kesa Gatame, okay? So we're going to start here where, and there's a lot of ways that you can get to this position, but let's turn this way a little bit, okay? This is the basic position, okay? So you can get it from a takedown, you can get it from just switching in side control, but this is essentially it. The difference between this and a headlock is that I'm controlling this arm, okay? I want to have this arm up, all right? So when I'm here like this, I'm going to slide this knee up underneath of his shoulder and I'm going to grab here. I like this control because it gives this arm a little bit more freedom to start the attacks, right? So there's a lot of attacks depending on what they're doing here, where the arm is, okay? So we're going to start with a very basic one here. If the arm's kind of in the front, maybe they're trying to make a frame, I'm going to push the arm down. I'm going to bring this leg over top. I bring this leg, this is a little counterintuitive. I'm not making a figure four. I bring the leg inside this leg so he can't straighten it. Now, very gentle here, I'm just going to bring this leg down to the floor and kind of extend my hips, okay, for the shoulder lock. Quite often when you push this arm out, they straighten it to hide it. So now I'm going to trap it right behind my knee. I'm going to hold this tight. So I'm pulling my heel back to my butt here, okay? Now his elbow is right there on my thigh. Now what I want to do is create some counter pressure on the shoulder. So I'm going to hold the shoulder down while this knee goes down and this knee goes up. Okay, that's your arm lock. The same thing will work if his thumb turns down. You're just going to have a shoulder lock. You move this leg out just a little bit further and then you go here for the I guess, Kimura, right? Now, there's all sorts of other submissions you could do, especially when they're kind of locked in here like this. One that I like quite a bit is coming in here like this and scooping up that elbow, just like a heel hook, right? I'm taking this part of my wrist and I'm digging right up underneath the elbow, and now I'm gonna sit through like this, okay? Pretty gnarly shoulder lock and kind of a little bit of a neck crank too, all right? Now, if I get my hand weaved in here like this, let's say the guy's got good flexible shoulders, hard for me to finish him here, I'll sneak this hand inside, I'll wiggle, wiggle, wiggle until I get here, and I'll start working it down little by little until I can get his fingers underneath my armpit. I squeeze this tight and I'm gonna lean forward here for the wrist lock, okay? Now that can come in a couple different ways. This time his palm is like this. A lot of times it's gonna be like this. Doesn't matter. Either way, you're gonna get that wrist lock, okay? So I feel the fingers. I wanna have a bend in that wrist. I'm gonna lean forward and put pressure down with my shoulder, okay? All right, so there's also the arm triangle. So if this arm is here in the front, we can push this across and we can switch into our arm triangle position. So once I get this arm across, I'm gonna lock here. I'm gonna switch my position. I'm gonna belly down and kind of sink my weight into the floor as I squeeze the elbows, okay? So this hand comes up on the head, this is here, okay? Now, that's pretty much, well, I mean, there's other things you can do. There's like, neck cranks and stuff, but right before we shot this video, he showed me what he likes to do when the guy defends, and it's kind of a good answer to my defense, so I'm glad he hasn't put me in there in a while. But it's pretty cool, so you're gonna share that, okay? All right.
So I start to push the elbow over for the arm triangle, and I get my head around the arm to start trapping. And his normal defense is usually to turn away, answer the phone, make space between us. So I'll start to look for the arm triangle, and I'm gonna sell it big and keep pushing my head down, and I know that he's keeping this hard structure here to stop me from getting in the choke. So I slide my wrist down to where the blade of my wrist is on his artery, and I push my chest forward to grab my sleeve. Karate chop to the neck, I slide my knee up and start taking the back for the choke.
It's pretty gnarly. And I think that would even work even if I rolled him over, right?
Yeah, you can hang on to that Ezekiel all over.
That's pretty awesome. Thanks for teaching me that.
Of course.
All right. So, give it a shot. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Stay tuned. We'll go over some defenses as well.